Diversity and gender equality indeed has become part of the conversations that we've been bringing to the industry. Really, this has been inspired by a comment that one of our industry contacts made. And it was made really a couple of years ago after we released a brochure for a conference. And he contacted me to say, Eva, how come there are so few female speakers on the agenda? And this is really when we started looking at it and also at ways in which we could increase that number, the number of female speakers, but really also started looking at this particular topic in a much wider context of how many women there are in our industry, what kind of positions they take, but also how they are really represented in the industry, including at shows like Clarion Gaming or other conferences that we do. And we felt like, there is work to do, and we can be also a platform to affect some sort of change.
Yeah, absolutely. So as market leaders, we really sort of see it as our responsibility to try and give more exposure to women in gaming through all of our events, especially things like ICE, where the whole industry comes along to. So a few weeks ago on International Women's Day, we launched a campaign where we're trying to engage with CEOs, or at least board level, to encourage and nominate their female counterparts to come and be part of our events more. As Eva was saying earlier, it's a bit of a chicken and egg situation, because the pool of sort of females in senior positions in the gaming industry is much smaller than male. So it's about the whole industry pulling together to try and encourage diversity in gaming. So we've really tried to engage with CEOs to get them. We feel like this kind of initiative needs to have a top-down approach. So we are approaching CEOs from the top tier 1 gaming operators around the world to try and get them to engage and nominate their female counterparts to be part of much higher level conversations. Obviously, we've launched the initiative to try and drive engagement with the operators and some of the organisations that come and speak at our events. But also, as producers, we're really mindful of the kind of the dynamics of our programmes, how many women that we're approaching in the initial stages of research and speaker acquisition, and also spending extra time to try and find out the real innovative women. There's so many women that are making some real amazing new innovations in gaming, and it's really important that we give them the right exposure at our events.
From our perspective, it's really important that we have a good ratio of men to women speakers. This is a journey. This is a process. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but hopefully, we can start seeing some changes gradually as we produce and also as we are increasing that pool of female speakers. From our perspective as well, in terms of how we manage conference production and the speaker acquisition process, I think we're going to try to put some goals in place as well to really be more transparent and accountable for it, but also for us internally to have that goal that we want to strive to. Perhaps, the first conference we won't get it, but hopefully having some sort of goal in place will set our mindset and help us, to really make an extra effort, because that's what's needed to find truly expert female speakers. From my perspective, this is not this is not a women's only conversation. This is really a conversation that needs to be joined by men who still predominantly are really, the CEOs and the people driving the strategy for different companies within the gaming sectors. So it's really important that they join this journey with us. They help us and they nominate their female colleagues to speak at our conferences. And that they are part of that change, because really there's data that shows that companies with much more diverse boards simply have a better financial results. So not only is that a moral argument, but actually a commercial one.
So we're noticing as well, especially from some of the regulatory bodies in gaming, that there's a real drive towards, in general, kind of this social responsibility and ensuring transparency and diversity in gaming. So with this kind of engagement as well, we think that it's going to really help the conversation if it's coming from a regulatory point of view to encourage diversity and gender equality in gaming.